Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. Star Citizen 4.0 dropped to live, but it's not without its issues. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for the support. There has been so many of you new channel members, it is much appreciated. But before we begin, there is still a chance to win a Star Citizen game package consisting of an Intrepid, an Aurora MR and an Argo MPUV tractor, all with LTI. Just simply be subscribed here to my YouTube and comment below letting me know what you are most excited for about Star Citizen 4.0. And I will be drawing the winner in the next video that is likely coming tomorrow. Now, as I'm sure you are all aware, Star Citizen 4.0 was pushed to a live preview server, and instead of replacing the current 3.2.4.3 live build, they decided to have both 4.0 and 3.2.4 running as live environments simultaneously. Now, this was due to them not having enough time to fix everything they wanted to for a live release, and wanted to ensure that those who still want to play Star Citizen in a somewhat more stable way can do so with 3.2.4.3, but those who want to delve into the new 4.0 content can do so with 4.0. But as we are seeing on the 4.0 preview channel, things are going very goofy, which I will speak about in a second. Now, the big difference between each of these builds is any progress in 3.2.4.3 live will be wiped, as we know, but any progress made on the 4.0 preview and now 4.0 hotfix build will persist on. Now, I was very happy to see this decision, as for me, I don't want to play 3.2.4.3 anymore, but for those who are enjoying it, they can still do so with whatever it is they're doing. For me, 4.0 is what I'm interested in, and it allows me to somewhat progress, but of course it does not come without its own challenges. Now, when the patch first dropped very early in the morning here in the UK on Friday, from what I've been told, it was doing really well, as you would kind of expect for any brand new patch. But as the evening of Friday came along, more and more players jumped in, including myself, as I was busy throughout the day, and from what I can tell, the database has taken a massive beating, causing a lot of issues for, I suspect, everybody. Now, for me, it took me hours to get in. I couldn't get past the character creator at first, then I would get the first spawn error pop-up, and eventually, once I made it past that, I was met with the login queue, which would initially state a very long time frame, but eventually would trudge through relatively quickly. Then upon getting in, there were many issues with hangar instancing, seeing other people in your hangar not being able to take off because even though your hangar would open up, the ghost instance hangar would not. Inventory delay was really long, and quantum travel was still bugged, sending you off into the middle of nowhere, amongst many other issues along with it. Now, Cloud Imperium had mentioned that day, before all the chaos really kicked off, that a new hotfix would be rolling out, with partial fixes for players getting sent to the wrong location when quantum traveling, as well as further crash fixes. Now, from what I am hearing, this hotfix patch may have caused some other issues, but the hotfix build is separate to the preview build. And if you have renamed your preview file to the hotfix file and then downloaded it, if you are having trouble with the hotfix patch, you can just simply rename that file 4.0_preview again, and then that will revert back to the old version. So essentially, you can pick your poison. I have yet to try the hotfix version, so I don't know what that's like. But from what I've heard, regardless of which you play on, we are all still on the same shard, and both contribute to the same progression, which is very interesting. I also heard that many of Cloud Imperium devs, including Bolt, were in the testing chat monitoring everything as it was happening, so I do suspect they will be looking into hotfixing as much as they can, with maybe a last hurrah hotfix patch before they go on their breaks. But either way, they will be gathering a lot of data here for when they get back to it in the new year, but I am very much hoping that we get to see enough fixes before they take their break to make it playable for the holidays. The good news is, though, server meshing tech is working. It was a great success, and performance-wise, I was seeing a constant 30 FPS on the server and 80 FPS in my hangar, which I never left, so I'm sure this will vary quite a bit depending on where you are, but to say I was at New Babbage, a main landing zone where probably the majority of players would be choosing as their spawn location, it was amazing to see that level of performance as we've been seeing throughout the EPTU. Now, I get the impression that these issues are actually to do with the database not being able to handle the sheer volume of players, with it being 4.0, the time of year, the time of day, ramping up that player count likely to the highest numbers Star Citizen has seen ever or in a long while. A bit like what we saw with 3.18, where the third-party database just couldn't handle things, and hopefully they are chugging away at that as well, trying to solidify it. Now, I'm really hoping that as players begin to spread out when they play throughout the holidays, things will be a bit smoother and less problematic, obviously depending on what time of day you get to play, but hopefully the instances and database will struggle less. And as mentioned, I have yet to try this hotfix patch. I am downloading it as a separate build, which is obviously going to take a while, but when I do jump on this morning, I'll give it a go and see if it's any better than the preview build. As I say, they both contribute to the same progression with 4.0, but here is to getting these issues fixed and making 4.0 playable for the holidays, but also providing Cloud Imperium with a ton of data to come back to and tackle this new Star Citizen Foundation, building from here with more focus on playability, performance, stability, and content, as outlined by Chris in the recent letter from the chairman, which I will get to in a separate video. For now though, Cloud Imperium have ultimately achieved what they were aiming to with server meshing, but there is still a lot to do. There is a lot to get ironed out with these current issues making 4.0 unplayable for pretty much most players, including myself. Performance-wise, it is like a completely different game in regards to server stability and client frame rate. That new foundation is here now, and it should be onwards and upwards. I will try to keep you all updated on 4.0's teething problems, progress, as it goes on, but I truly hope we get to play 4.0 more consistently over the holidays, as I am dying to get in and play as and when possible. If you have any workarounds for specific issues or errors, by all means drop them in the comments below, as I'm sure they will help a lot of people who are suffering from the same issues. If it is more of a login issue, first login errors, issues with finishing the character customizer, it is just a case of consistently keep trying and you will eventually get in. But yeah, let people know if there are any workarounds, and I hope you are having a better time than I am. Now, before I finish, the TOBII Eye Tracker 5 is still 20% off until the 3rd of January, and using that link below will not only get you that deal, but it will provide my channel with a direct kickback, and thank you to everybody who has done so already. It is very much appreciated. But with that said, if you appreciate my videos, please do consider subscribing. Be sure to follow me over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother. My next stream will actually be on Friday after Christmas. I will be busy on Monday. Obviously, Christmas Day, I think it is on Wednesday. So Friday will be the next time I stream. I do stream here on YouTube and on Twitch. You are welcome to follow on either. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. It does the channel a big favor. And tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a massive thank you to my patrons and channel members. Cannot do this without you guys. So thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.